Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just after 11 o'clock in Honolulu, 5 o'clock in New York. It is Tuesday, July 30th, 2019, and this is the Daily Report for Gold and Silver. Interesting moves today in the precious metals, specifically gold and silver, trading higher, moderately higher, with gold actually up almost 0.8% and silver trading up by about 0.9%. This in light of a Fed decision due out tomorrow in terms of if they're going to cut rates, which is widely accepted. CME FedWatch tool is putting that probability at 100%. But the question becomes, how deep will the rate cut be? It's anticipated that we'll see a 0.25% rate cut. However, it could be 0.5%. That's much more aggressive. And then most importantly, what is the dot plot or the plans of the Federal Reserve in terms of further cuts this year as well as next? Collectively, I think that the market participants might be getting ahead of themselves in that they bid up gold tremendously over the last 3 days. And I believe that is in anticipation of a more aggressive Fed stance of 0.5%. The old adage of buy the rumor and sell the fact could be evident tomorrow, but we will have to wait and see what the announcement by the Federal Reserve is. Let's take a look at current pricing. Traders, gold continues to get bid higher with an aggressive gain today of about $11, $10.90, with August futures currently fixed at 1431.30. Of course, first day notice is tomorrow on that contract month, and I do expect over the next week or so for traders to begin to move into the October contract, which will become the next most active. But currently, August futures at 1431.30 and a net gain of 0.77%. Silver also had a pretty sizable spike in the market, gaining 15 cents at $16.59 per ounce. However, both platinum and palladium closed lower on the day, with palladium leading the downward movement, so to speak, in terms of percentage drawdown, down $40, 2.5% drawdown, $1,513.80, and palladium losing about 0.7 or 0.7% at $875.70. Traders, we have a lot to cover, so let's take a look at our technical studies. Traders, interesting action in gold and silver today, with gold being bid up $11 on the day, 431.30, that's August gold. Now, when we look at physical gold, that currently is up $4.30 on the day, and most importantly, it's currently fixed at 1430.40. So the differential between August futures and spot is about 90 cents. So they're absolutely coming into alignment. But you also had the October contract month go up about the same as August. So my sense is that you've got an aggressive play currently underway in which market participants, for the most part, are anticipating a much more aggressive stance by the Federal Reserve in terms of how they're going to cut rates tomorrow. First, there's but there's a 100% probability that they will implement a rate cut. That according to the CME FedWatch tool. However, it's only looking at about a 29% probability that we'd get 0.5%. And for the most part, it was my belief that 0.25% was pretty much factored into the market in terms of pricing of gold, silver, as well as equities, because it's so widely expected that they will issue a rate cut tomorrow. The real question is going to be the dot plot, because my sense is that if we see a 0.5% cut tomorrow, I think that we've seen a lot of factoring going in, and I wouldn't expect the market to really climb as I did over the last couple of days. I think they have pretty much factored in a 0.5% rate cut. I also believe that if it comes in at 0.25% and the dot plot is not aggressive, meaning looking for 3 cuts this year, 2 to some extent, we could see a pullback or a round of profit taking coming in after the announcement's made. Of course, nobody but members of the Fed know what the vote's going to be, and the outcome is still a series of probabilities. And for that reason, we have remained flat. even though the market's been moving higher. Because what I do not want to get caught in is a tremendous sell-off tomorrow if, in fact, there's some disappointment in Fed action. That being said, we will maintain our neutral stance with no active trades, but as I've talked about over the last couple of days, we are talking about different strategies. I will send out a trade alert if I do recommend entering the market from the long side tomorrow, but you might have a reaction time in which it might be wise to put a position on prior to my trade alert if there is a 0.5% rate cut followed by a dot plot that is more aggressive, stating there's a minimum of 2 to 3 rate cuts ahead this year. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you as always good trading. We will talk to you tomorrow, Fed Decision Day. Bye-bye.